All right, joining me now, former special agent with the FBI, Brad Garrett. Brad, obviously, you're no stranger to cases like this. Unfortunately, we're hitting that 2 month mark when it comes to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. All signs point to an abduction at this point. What happens at this point here? 2 months in, obviously, the spotlight wanes, the headlines go away, the focus leaves, at least from the media side of things, with any big story. Savannah back at work, at the Today Show, kind of things continue on.
Yeah.
From an investigation standpoint, what kind of happens at the 2 month mark when no headlines are there and the spotlight's not there?
So actually, nothing changes as far as the agents and detectives, et cetera, that are working on the case. I mean, one of the keys is if they don't have any new leads, and my guess is they probably haven't gotten through all the others, but be that what it may, is you go back and review the leads that you've had, because one of the problems is, did you miss something in one of the previous leads? When a case first starts, because of all of the attention it gets, you have a lot of manpower working on it. That's great, but that's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different people at different competency levels. Nothing against them, but maybe they didn't ask four other questions after you read the report. So it's about re-interviewing. It's about going back and see, have we touched this forensically every way we can? My guess is the answer is yes, but that's one thing you've got to look at. Being thorough and reviewing kind of are the key as you go forward. Now, what happens is that when you sort of re-interview, re-investigate things you've already touched, you may find out another piece of information that then links with something else you had. That's the other reason, obviously, you do a detailed review, because a lead that you may have gotten 2 days after Nancy disappeared compared to something you've gotten last week, they actually go together, or they may go together, and see if, so you investigate to see if you can put them together. Maybe not, but it's a puzzle. And every day you try to add another piece to the puzzle. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. That's sort of the reality of a case as it gets older.
And explain to me a little bit, obviously, in the moment, the family's upset, they're frantic, they're angry, they're
Sure.
confused, all those emotions are going on. There's the height of the media attention, specifically for this case. And so investigators may be on a heightened level as well. What kind of happens, and what have you maybe experienced in your time in investigations when that human brain finally calms down, when the dust settles a little bit? Are there times where people might remember things a little differently, or they may recall something that didn't rise to the surface at the beginning of the investigation, but now they go, gosh, you know
Yeah.
what? I remember seeing this or hearing this.
Besides going back and maybe re-interviewing or re-investigating pieces of this case that have already been touched, is or are there things in those leads coupled with maybe a new piece of information the family came up with, or there was a phone lead that didn't get thoroughly examined and it takes you to another direction? From my perspective, one of the advantages once the case dies down is it really lets you sort of have the time to be analytical instead of the constant pressure of, agents in charge, chiefs, sheriffs, wanting to feed the media on a regular basis. We all get that. But without that there every day, I actually have found it to be helpful. Now, having said that, another key component to any case like this is you do need to keep it in the media. That's not every day, maybe not every week, but with some regularity. You have to remind people this case isn't solved and we need your help. And obviously, they have one big plus, in my view, in this case, which is Savannah Guthrie, who obviously is well known to millions of people. And for her to even discuss this case on NBC, there's just nothing wrong with that. And my guess is she's probably still working with the investigators, but keeping it in the public eye, along with continually re-examining and looking at new potential leads in this case, is what gets you to the end of the road. The problem is, where is the end of the road? Is it tomorrow? Is it a month from now? No one knows but you have to keep at it to make sure you're at least trying to move down the road.
And we just had a cold case here in Arizona solved after 40 years through a DNA process. They were able to finally make the connection and make an arrest in that case.
Mhm.
Obviously, we don't want this to take 40 years, but how much do you rely on, do investigators rely on the potential that whoever is responsible, whether it's one person or a group, obviously we don't know, um, whether this was an incident where she was targeted or not targeted. He just happened to hit the house of someone who was tied to a famous person, a celebrity of sorts. Um, what role, I guess, does it play that eventually the person responsible either says something or boasts about something like, "Hey, yeah, it's been 6 months. I got away with this."
Mhm.
Does that, how big of a role does that often play in cases like this?
Well, it's not uncommon to come up with fragments of information about somebody either through a relative, a friend, somebody that did like them and now doesn't like them, or has figured out this guy might be connected to this case, and that upsets you enough because you heard something, you saw something maybe yesterday, and you go to law enforcement, and that can pull a case together. The thing about this case is you think about how many hands have touched this case, how it's sort of internationally known, and at least for those of us on the outside, it doesn't strike us that they're closer to figuring out who Mr. X is at Nancy's front door. And then you have to think about, well, why haven't we come up with Mr. X? Now, is he a recluse? Does he not even live in the Tucson area? Both could be possible. And he sort of disappeared into his sort of singular, solo, silent world that he lived in. You obviously don't want that to happen, but it could be the situation. But he makes he basically flunks every crime 101 in this case from the beginning to the end, how long he stood at the front door, got himself on camera, spends over 40 minutes in the house. All those things tell you that this is not a guy that does this every day. And he maybe has his own set of issues. I say all that in that some of that, as we've talked about previously, could be helpful in identifying who he ultimately is. But he clearly is the key to this case at this point. And I'm sure that's where the investigators are really pushing as to how they can really identify him.
And obviously, you're not active in this case. We appreciate your expertise and knowledge, though, when it comes to the investigation and such. But at what point, or if ever, does the FBI kind of peel back, go to other cases, other priorities, and leave it more to the local authorities? Or will the FBI, because of the nature of this case, will they remain in the loop from here on out?
So what happens is that every FBI case has a case agent. I did that in dozens of cases. And
Mhm.
so that case agent, which I'm going to guess is in Tucson, since that's where this crime occurred, um, he or she will run the case day in and day out. And it may be that agent with a handful of others. Some days it may only be two or three of them, but they always have the ability to go back and pull more people. But the case actually never goes anywhere. I mean, does it, are you going to work on it 8 hours a day every day? Maybe, maybe not. Depending on the number of people involved, then obviously you have the sheriff's office and the sheriff's detectives involved in this case every day. So it's a combination of having the manpower when you need it, but continuing to push the ball forward. So I would suggest that this case just won't stop. It'll just sort of change gears to a certain extent because of the very nature of what it is.
And looking forward now, obviously, every time where there's an anniversary, we'll have this 2 month. We'll air this information again. There will be a surge of new tips that come into the tip line,
Right.
and every anniversary, whether it's 90 days, the 6 month mark, the 1 year, those new and fresh tips could come in. They could lead to nothing, or there could just be that one nugget that, to your point, connects two things that weren't even close to being connected in the past, but now suddenly there's a bridge.
I mean, this case is like so many others, is that one phone call, one email, one whatever
Mhm.
could put you at this guy's front door. But it appears they're not there yet.
Is there anything else about this case as it continues on that you would want the public to understand or want us to understand within the
Mm.
media as we continue to watch this?
I mean, I understand obviously the families, but also the public's probably frustration with this case as to, well, why hasn't it gotten solved? And I can only suggest that you can only make a case go so fast. And if you don't have the information, you don't have it. You try to find it, you try to create it through your investigation, and if it's there, it's there. But and that's the real key with going back over a case. However, it may be a while longer before this case is solved. I hope it's not a lot longer, but it could be based on the cases I've worked. They can go on for years. But I think the public needs to know that there are dedicated investigators looking at this case both from a federal standpoint and from a city, county, state standpoint. But they're working together, and as the leads fall out, they're running with them.
All right, former FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett joining me right now. Thank you so much, Brad, for your insight into the ongoing investigation here.
You're welcome.